In Smash Bros, it's all about being a real bro, especially when it comes to doubles. As a teammate, you hate seeing your ally get bodied, and I'm sure you know the situation when you see a tragedy about to unfold on your comrade, but you are simply too far away to help them out. So all you can do is watch from a distance as they get obliterated. But I'm C5 from the Beefy Smash Dudes, and there are a few characters that can save their teammates better than others. Here are the top 10 best characters at saving a teammate. Okay, hold on a second. Let's set the ground rules first. What do we mean by saving a teammate? For this video, saving a teammate means rescuing them after they already got sent flying by an opponent. So they are completely helpless, and in singles they would lose a stock. You are the only one left to somehow stop their knockback with one of your own attacks. Team attack is obviously necessary for this topic. So how can you save them? Some of you might remember that in Brawl, teammates were able to footstool one another. That was an incredible saving option, but doesn't work anymore in Smash 4, even with team attack on. So you have to rely on your attacks. Hitting someone that is flying towards you with weak attacks can slow them down a bit or change their trajectory, but only to a small extent. If you hit them with a stronger attack, you might change the direction they are going completely, but you risk taking their lives after all. One of the best methods to save a teammate with standard attacks would be spiking them. If the knockback on the spike is strong enough, your teammate can always tech on the ground and survive. Except if they get the spin animation, which occurs 30% of the time, in which case they can't tech. Thanks, Sakurai. Anyways, there's one more way to save an ally after getting knocked back, and that is by grabbing them at the exact moment they pass you. This is extremely hard to time and kinda unreliable, since you have to stand on a platform at the precise spot of where your teammate is passing through. But there are other forms of grabs that are easier to hit and can be performed in the air, so-called command grabs, special moves that grab an opponent. Okay, and now it's time for our top 10, starting off with Ganondorf. His side special is a command grab that immediately gets himself and his teammate back onto the ground without any knockback. It's pretty fast and covers a good amount of space, so it's not too hard to hit, and both of them are immediately back in the game. But Ganondorf is slow and his jumps are low, so his biggest problem is getting into position fast enough, and if he misses, he's punishable. He also can't use this move off stage, or he and his teammate will suicide into the blast zone. If necessary, Ganon can also resort to using his up special to get a little higher up, but that one has quite some knockback and is riskier to use. On 9th place we have Wario. His neutral special is also a command grab that, if he holds the button, can stay active for a long time, so it's easy to hit. Wario has a lot of air mobility to position himself fast, and the bite comes out almost immediately. Its weakness though lies in what comes after the bite. You might have saved your teammate a few more seconds, but are now vulnerable to another attack. If Wario's ally mashes fast, he can reduce the lag they both suffer, but this is still a big drawback. 8th place goes to Mewtwo. His side special is yet another command grab and a pretty good move in general. Mewtwo can catch allies with almost no startup or end lag to assure their safety. It doesn't deal a lot of percent or hit stun and has no knockback at all. Both of them can get back into the fight immediately. But this move is not easy to hit. Granted, the grab hitbox is quite big, but Mewtwo still has to time it right. Also, his double jump has a bit of startup time, so he might have trouble getting enough height quickly. You might have guessed it, on 7th place we have our first Inhale with King Dedede. His neutral special can suck in approaching allies to keep them safe. The range of this move is pretty big, which makes catching teammates easy. Additionally, after inhaling them, Dedede can spit them out again, using them almost like a projectile to attack their enemies. This move has pretty good knockback, and the rescued teammate can act almost immediately afterwards. It's a really good tool to keep enemies at a distance. King Dedede also has multiple jumps, which helps him reach the heights needed to potentially save a mate, even if he isn't the fastest. Right after King Dedede, we have our second inhale character, Kirby on 6th place. Kirby also has multiple jumps, can inhale his teammate and spit them out again. The hitbox of the move is roughly the same, but Kirby has another option to choose from after inhaling his ally. He can copy their abilities. This can sometimes come in handy, and when you are already inhaling your teammate to save them, why not take their special ability while you're at it? You deserved it. Kirby's air mobility is also a bit better than King Dedede's, which helped him place higher on this list. We are halfway through our top 10, but all moves we mentioned so far have one big weakness. Same as with normal grabs, command grabs also do not work on a target that got thrown or grab released right before. This effect lasts for about 1 second after being thrown, so when a teammate gets killed from a throw, the command grabs from these characters are useless. But even without this effect, our top 10 would have most likely not changed anyways. With that said, on 5th place we have our first character without a command grab, Ness. His up special can actually stop momentum quite well. It comes out fast, is very mobile and can cover a big amount of space. It's an amazing tool to save teammates, but Ness has to be careful. He has to connect more than just one single hit to actually stop momentum. And if the head of the projectile gets hit first, the whole thing, tail included, disappears. So Ness has to catch his ally with the tail first. Also, he is vulnerable to attacks while playing catch with his up special. Ness can also save teammates with his side special. This one is a bit harder to hit, but can work well if Ness is in the right position. Who would have thought, right above the one kid we have Lucas, taking 4th place. Obviously, he's very similar to Ness, and even though his up special is a bit slower, we still placed him one spot higher. That's because his up special is more reliable than Ness's. It doesn't disappear if the teammate hits the head of the projectile, and it's just generally easier to catch someone with it because it's more densely packed with hitboxes. Additionally, Lucas' side special can also catch allies, even though it doesn't seem like a standard multi-hit, and the angle and distance of that one is definitely better for saves than Ness's side special. We are finally entering top 3, and these characters might come as a surprise to some of you. 3rd place goes to Zero Suit Samus. Not her paralyzer, not even her whip, it's her down special, the flip kick, that is so good at saving teammates. Well, not the kick, only the flip. After a bit of startup lag, she can use the footstool of that move to stop her allies' momentum. It is a spike, but it's weak enough to not be a real threat to teammates, except maybe off stage at really high percent. It is surprisingly easy to hit and gives Zero Suit Samus amazing mobility. Combine that with her high jumps and she can save an ally from almost anywhere. The only drawback is that the saved teammate does suffer a bit of hit stun or even bumps into the ground, and Zero Suit herself does have end lag on the footstool. Almost at the top once again, on 2nd place, Bayonetta. Her up special is extremely good at catching teammates that are on their way to the blast zone. It is a little precise, but with some practice very easy to use. It has almost no drawback since it doesn't have startup or end lag and barely any hit stun on her ally. Bayonetta's mobility is amazing. Her jumps and even her side special cover a great distance, perfect for getting her into the right position. And now it's time for our 1st place. You might not believe it, but we tested and discussed it a lot, and our number 1 best character at saving teammates is Yoshi. Now, maybe you expect that we picked him because of his long tongue, but this swallow is actually extremely hard to hit and therefore very unreliable. No, the reason why Yoshi takes 1st place is his up special, sometimes also known as Equalizer. The egg toss is fast, has incredible range and a lot of precise angles it can be shot at. The egg itself stops a teammate's momentum completely and carries barely any risk. It's true, getting a good shot might not be easy, but the egg's hitbox is actually not that small. Yoshi can save an ally from almost anywhere on the stage if he reacts fast enough and has good aim. And now you know, if you ever want to make some sick saves in doubles, these are the characters you should pick. Let us know in the comments if you disagree or if we forgot anyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching, see you soon and stay beefy.